You always double check everything in your hotel room before you leave it. I think we got everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Right now, we are at the Voting Rights Memorial Park here in Selma, Alabama. A few people that started the Selma to Montgomery March, John Lewis. He's a congressman right now. I think he's a congressman for the state of Georgia. When your children shall ask you in the time to come, saying, "What mean these 12 stones?" then you should tell them how you made it over. Joshua 4:21-22. A pretty cool mural on the wall behind me here. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. right there in the front. Right here behind me is the tomb of the unknown slave and the tomb of the unknown soldier, buried right next to each other. Memorial Park. They just built pathways, all this to honor the voting rights. What is pretty neat though is right here is the Edmund Pettus Bridge. That famous bridge where they started the walk. As a matter of fact, the Bloody Sunday happened right here at the entrance to this bridge. There's also a shot. Former President Barack Obama came to Selma. There's a shot of him standing right at the entrance to the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Here we are directly under the Edmund Pettus Bridge. It's a pretty cool sight. What this structure used to be, but it almost looks like a stage in a way. Have some seating areas. That's what it looks like erected out here. The pathway built in over here in the tree area.
It's a real panther, so you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh, yeah.
The march to Montgomery, Bloody Sunday right here.
60% of the time, it works every time. That doesn't make sense.
This is the sign to show you're entering Selma. Right here behind me is the famous Edmund Pettus Bridge. That's famous because the Bloody Sunday happened right here. Right here where I'm standing, there's a famous shot of President Barack Obama giving a speech about the history of Selma, Alabama, from right here where I'm standing at. This bridge started the march from Selma to Montgomery. A history marker here. U.S. Congress approves the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Television coverage of Bloody Sunday shocked millions and galvanized support for Congress to remove obstacles that prevented minorities from voting. Most of you remember it, but maybe not have seen it. Also at the bottom of this placard, it says Selma, the Oprah Winfrey and Ava DuVernay film about voting rights, was nominated for the Best Picture Academy Award shortly before the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. That movie was filmed right here in the same spot as well. It wasn't done on a sound stage. This says Songs of Selma. I don't know what that has to do with any of it.
Real panther. So you know it's good. It's quite pungent. Oh yeah. It stings the nostrils. In a good way. Yeah. Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells
This
like pure gasoline.
area just comes down to a platform, which the boards don't look to be all that safe. I'm just gonna say, it overlooks the river here. All of Selma, Alabama, to me, it almost gives like a New Orleans type feel. Have you ever played Monopoly? If you have, then you will recognize this location here, the St. James Hotel. The reason that it does have a New Orleans feel to it, as this placard behind me shows, that the French soldier Lafayette, who is in the history books and is famous, visited this area and brought his knowledge along with it. Here, this placard here kind of explains it a little bit. Selma's Water Avenue is one of the finest surviving examples of a 19th century riverfront street in the South. So I envisioned this video today, planned it. Well, all this rain is coming down. It's kind of thrown all that out the window. So I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of things that I had planned to show you. We were riding around and I found the cemetery. Check this out. Awesome monument here with this wrought iron gate around it. This old Gothic style monument with the angel inside of it. Here's Sally A. Jones Featherston, died in 1909. Somebody has removed part of the gate. This one is coming open. This tall one here is from 1796 is when they died.
Yep. It's made with bits of real panther. So you know it's good. It's quite pungent.
I have found an old train station. Here's a in memory of marker here. I've never seen one that said this on it before. James Joseph Reeb, born 1927, murdered 1965. Never seen one that just openly said murdered on it before. I'm here at the Old Depot Museum in Selma. It's not open, but there are some neat things around it. This placard here is pretty cool. Marks the site of the Selma Navy Yard and the Ordnance Works, destroyed by the Federals in 1865. Walking over here to an object though that caught my eye as I was going by it. And here, I have no idea what it is, but it's huge. Like a turn wheel here, and it's like it's on some kind of track. If you know what it is, put it in the comments below, because I do not. There's an anvil that has a placard on it that says this anvil was used in Selma's Confederate arsenal to make armament for Southern forces. There's an old caboose. There's another train car over there behind it. An old fire engine there. So we pull up into the driveway at home and it stops raining. How about that? After it rained me out of doing everything pretty much I wanted to do today. But I'm gonna end the video now. I wanna thank everybody for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.